Why do brownfield exploration sites have so many advantages? Excellent infrastructure, a community that understands mining, and old data sets that can be modeled using new techniques. Whitehorse Gold is focused on Mount Skukum, which operated in the 80s. The company is ticker WHG on the Canadian Venture Exchange and WHGDF on the US OTC. Gordon Neal, he is CEO and director. Gordon, welcome back to Kitco.
Hey, thanks for having me back, Michael. Always a pleasure.
Gordon, tell us what you're focused on.
Well, right now we're focused on the Skukum Project, as you said, in Whitehorse at Tagish Lake. It's a really interesting project. We spun it out of New Pacific when I was the president of New Pacific, so shareholders could get their hands on it. We've always known it's been a great asset. It just got lost inside of New Pacific because of their Bolivian project. But the thing that you really need to know about it first is it's already got some proven metrics on it. I mean, between 1986 and 88, the Mount Skukum vein sets produced almost 79,000 ounces of gold at 10 grams gold. Now I'm a grade guy. I mean, I come from high grade silver at Silvercorp, high grade silver at Mag Silver. Grade is king. And when you're producing 80,000 ounces of gold at 10 grams, and this was even in the 80s, and we look back at the records, and they actually made money. And I think it was probably 450 gold at that time. This was a producer that made money. So really, when you're in this game, you're really looking at the economics of it. And if this is potentially economic, we need to bring it to shareholders and to the mining game.
Let's talk about some of the leadership team. You did mention New Pacific. There's some really interesting names behind that and some real success stories for yourself and the team there, Gordon.
Yeah, so I worked from a success standpoint, worked with Dan McGinnis and Peter McGaw at Mag Silver, some of the best teachers in the business. And of course, I got lucky to be able to start in this business at Mag Silver. Again, grade is king. And then I took a little bit of time off and then bumped into Fang from Silvercorp. And again, it's high grade silver and now gold for Silvercorp. But is a special individual in that he's a PhD in geology, but he's a businessman. And really, it's about bringing assets to the table that are economic, and he sees the Skukum Project as economic, and he's been very successful. I mean, the company Silvercorp has funded New Pacific and Whitehorse. They're the major shareholders. Pan American, I believe, is still a big major shareholder of New Pacific, but Whitehorse has got Silvercorp backing it. A very successful mining group here, and having that kind of capital at your back really makes it fairly easy to move forward.
Tell us about that grade. What are you modeling out, and what's the geology, Gordon?
Well, we're looking at a resource of 335,000 ounces of indicated, 245,000 ounces of inferred. You can do the math. I can't add them up for you because you can't put those together. But the goal now is to expand the resource. I'd like to get it to 1.5 million over the next 18 months with a drill program we just did. We put 44 holes into the ground last year. The biggest woe I have right now, I'm not alone in the industry, is getting your results back from the assay labs. So we've only got I think we've only got 7 holes out of those 44. We've got another, the remaining of them to come out. But the data is coming back, so the data from the labs are coming back so slowly that we will certainly probably be drilling by the time we put out our holes from last year. So the plan is to expand the resource. Grade is king. I think the average grade right now that we're looking at on the resource is about 7-8 grams. I'm hoping that we can move that up because the higher it is, the better the economics. But that remains to be seen when we get the assays out. So, it's in a granodiorite. It's a very complicated geological setting. I'm not a geologist, and so I don't pretend to understand it fully in that respect, but I do see a lot of anastomosis, a lot of shear zones. There's a lot of faulting, and my geologists are telling me that we're in the right zones and we're in the right place. So all we need to do is keep drilling, adding the ounces. Hopefully the grade will hold up, and we can build this into something that the industry can be proud of.
It was operating the 80s. So, Gordon, I assume that the infrastructure around what you're working on must be terrific.
Yeah, you can get there by road, an hour out of Whitehorse. It's an hour away from Skagway, Alaska, to a seaport. You've got roads with we don't have power there. We're using gensets to power the camp, but we've got a 50-person camp that's already built. There's obviously a mill if we were producing there. It's only a 300-ton-a-day mill. We could easily, the footprint is there. Some of the equipment would need to be replaced, but it could be put back into production with a minimum amount of effort. That is not the plan at this particular time. As I said, we could do that, and that may be a plan going forward. But the main thing is to expand the resource, make sure that we get it in a place where the industry looks at 1 million ounces plus, and then we'll think about refurbishing the mill and the operations and the cyanide circuit that's there.
You've had a long career in mining, and I know that you've been involved in projects in Latin America and over in Asia. Could you talk about the Yukon and being a mining-friendly jurisdiction?
Well, if I remember correctly, and again, I'm new in the seat here, but the Chilkoot Pass and the first gold rush in the late 1800s is where people went over the Chilkoot Pass when the prospectors in the gold rush were going over there, and they landed right in our wheelhouse. It's right at Tagish Lake. That's where you come down the other side of the Chilkoot Pass. So the people in this area, the Carcross Tagish First Nation, which is the group, the First Nations that are surrounding our area and are the owners of the land. They are very, very familiar with mining. They know that a lot of their economics have come from mining for hundreds of years, and they're very supportive. I just met with the Minister of Mines, the Minister of Economic Development, and I've been involved in governments at the highest level in Ottawa. I worked for the Prime Minister years ago for Trudeau, for the older Trudeau, and I can tell you that these guys are serious about mining, and they're serious about supporting mining. I can walk into a minister's office and tell you whether he's giving me hot air right away. These guys are not full of hot air. They're serious about supporting us. We have two bridges that we have to build over a couple of access points, and the government said, we've got money for that. We will figure it out. We will help you. So we've already met with the First Nations. We are working on an exploration license, a new one with them right now. Very cooperative. We hire people in the First Nations in the area to help us. It's got infrastructure. It's got employment base. It's got everything you want in terms of being a tier 1 jurisdiction for mining.
Tell us about your capital structure.
Yeah, we've got 48 million shares out. We're trading at about 50 cents a share. Market cap, it's about 26 million. Silvercorp owns 29% of the company. And we are, right now we've got about $5 million in the bank. And that will get us through to where we need to get to this year. I'm sure we're going to have to go back to the market by the middle of the year, third quarter. However, right now we've got enough capital to move us where I think we need to go.
Lastly, Gordon, what are some catalysts over the next 12 months for Whitehorse Gold?
Well, we've got another, as I said, 30 holes to come. One of those should come out fairly shortly. Will be a catalyst. And then the drill program for 2022 will start. One of the drawbacks, I'll talk about one drawback, is that you only have access to the property 6-7 months a year. So in that respect, I want people to know that we're looking for a 12-month year access project that we can, so a southern project, you said I work in South America, somewhere in South America or somewhere with a warmer climate where we can bolt on another project. So we are providing the marketplace with, with information 12 months of the year, because if you're only able to work 7 months a year as we are in the Yukon, you're limited in terms of keeping your news flow happening with the investing public. So it's important for people to know that we are actually fairly close right now to bringing another asset into the basket, which could be, I believe, will be a catalyst once people see what it is and what it looks like. And then those numbers or those assays that are still in the lab will probably have us pushing out news probably until March or April, at least, probably even May. And then we'll go into a drill program, and that'll be another catalyst. So we're just going to keep this thing rolling.
Gordon, thanks for sharing the story with Kitco.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you for having me. Always a pleasure.
He's Gordon Neal, CEO and Director of Whitehorse Gold. My name is Michael McRae. You're watching Kitco Mining. Now, let's learn a little bit more about Whitehorse Gold.
Welcome to the Invest Yukon virtual tour. I'm talking to you today from the Skukum Gold Project, located 85 kilometers by all-weather road from Whitehorse, Yukon, and on the traditional territory of the Carcross-Tagish First Nation. Skukum Gold Project covers 170 square kilometers, and on that landmass we have 3 deposits, all with resources. We have dozens of showings. Additionally, we've got a past-producing mine. We have a 300 ton per day Merrill Crow concentrator and all the related infrastructure. As well, we have approximately 6 kilometers of underground development. The Skukum Creek deposit is our largest resource. It's got approximately 249,000 ounces in the indicated category and 108,000 ounces in the inferred category. It has extensive underground development. There are 2 portals. In front of me is the 1300 level portal, which was originally developed as a mining level, and the 1350 level portal, which was developed as a drill level. Our third deposit and our second largest resource is Goodell deposit, located behind me here. It's located approximately equidistant from the past producing mill, the 300 ton per day Merrill Crow plant, as the Skukum Creek deposit where we are right now, and also the Mount Skukum deposit, which is located approximately 2 kilometers west of here.
I'm Steve Stackew, and I'm Vice President of Corporate Affairs for Whitehorse Gold Corp. We view the Yukon as being a top-tier mining jurisdiction. It has a proven track record of successful resource development. I'm excited about this project because it's truly a district-scale gold camp that's never really seen active, focused exploration property-wide. We're looking at it with a broad vision to see how we can add value and expand this resource base, ultimately to move it towards a production scenario, delivering value accretion for our shareholders.
Whitehorse Gold raised approximately $15.3 million this spring, and our program this year will consist of 18,000 meters of exploration drilling focused on resource expansion, primarily at the Skukum Creek deposit. As well, we'll be doing some drilling at Goodell and Mount Skukum to better understand those deposits. And we do have an extensive field program going on with geologists out in the field right now, following up on the dozens of showings we have on this project and looking to discover new targets.
Myself and some of the colleagues on our team here at Whitehorse Gold previously worked at a company that started with a single discovery at a small past-producing mine, advanced that to production, and ultimately grew that company into a 4-mine company with over $1 billion market cap. What we see here at the Skukum Gold Project, with its limited historic production, but lots of upside potential in terms of new discoveries, we see a strong opportunity to potentially repeat that success.